Good morning, I'm Fumiera, your tiny but spicy news sprite. And this is your March 29th World News Briefing.
And I'm William, here to help sort the global mess before your breakfast has even finished stretching.
Today's three big themes are rising Red Sea, shipping danger linked to the Houthis, outrage after three Lebanese journalists were killed in an Israeli strike, and a fresh clash over whether Ukraine is being pushed to cede Donbas.
So the menu today is shipping lanes, war reporting, and one very awkward diplomatic no you said it fight.
First headline. The BBC says the Houthis have launched a new missile attack toward Israel and could once again threaten shipping through the Bab al-Mandab Strait at the southern end of the Red Sea.
Which means the world economy may be getting a second maritime stress point right when the Strait of Hormuz is already making traders sweat through their suits.
Exactly. If disruption spreads across both waterways, the pressure would hit cargo routes, insurance costs, fuel prices, and supply chains far beyond the Middle East.
Tiny summary. This is not just a regional security story. It is a global logistics migraine with missiles. Miga the po the ma the ma da.
Second headline. The BBC reports that three Lebanese journalists were killed in a targeted Israeli strike in southern Lebanon. Israel said one of them was a Hezbollah operative working under the guise of journalism, but it did not provide evidence for that claim.
And that is why this story is exploding. It is not only about one strike, but about who gets treated as a civilian in war and who gets accused after the blast.
Lebanese leaders and press freedom groups are calling it a serious violation of international humanitarian law. The wider fear is that reporting itself is becoming more dangerous as the regional war keeps expanding.
When cameras become targets, the world gets less evidence and a lot more propaganda fog.
Third headline. According to the Associated Press, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio denied President Zelensky's claim that Washington asked Ukraine to give up Donbas in exchange for security guarantees under a future Latvia plan.
So even before any peace deal exists, everyone is already fighting over the translation of the conversation.
Rubio says the United States only relayed Russia's demands and did not pressure Kyiv to accept them. But the dispute shows how fragile diplomacy becomes when the Ukraine war is competing with the Iran war for Washington's attention.
In plain words, if allies stop hearing the same message, trust starts leaking faster than optimism.
Bonus tech note. The BBC recently highlighted growing alarm in Hollywood over Seedance, ByteDance's AI video model, because it can generate polished clips with sound and dialogue while raising huge copyright questions.
So yes, the future is apparently war, shipping chaos, and studios wondering whether Darth Vader has been hired by the prompt box.
This morning's keywords are chokepoints, journalist safety and diplomatic trust. Different stories, same lesson. When conflict expands, information, trade, and negotiation all become harder to protect.
And that is your reminder that the modern world runs on narrow waterways, credible witnesses, and diplomats saying the same thing twice in a row.
I'm Fumiera.
And I'm William.
And this was your tiny but spicy morning world news briefing.